Deep in the heart of Wayzata, Minnesota, a colossal family dynasty silently dominates the American food industry, boasting a net worth greater than industry giants Coca-Cola, Nestle, and Chevron combined. This family, known for their unprecedented wealth and influence, operates the largest private company in the United States. They hold the reins to a significant portion of the food supply chain, clandestinely controlling the production and distribution of goods for numerous iconic brands. The company at the center of this clandestine operation is Cargill. This colossal conglomerate, which started as a humble shack on the side of the road, now stands as the largest private company in the USA. If it were publicly traded, it would effortlessly secure a spot within the top 15 of the Fortune 500 list. Cargill's influence extends across a plethora of food sectors, encompassing everything from grains, livestock, and palm oil to cocoa, energy, and even hedge funds. Their 2021 revenue soared to a staggering $135 billion, dwarfing competitors like a DM Bunge and Dreyfus. To put it in perspective, Cargill's revenue surpasses the entire GDP of Morocco. While the dream for many companies is to go public, Cargill has intentionally remained a private entity. Publicly traded companies are subjected to transparency and scrutiny, but Cargill prefers to operate in the shadows. They remain largely unknown to the general public, their name conspicuously absent from product labels. This secrecy enables them to operate without the scrutiny of consumers. But why are they so intent on staying hidden? The answer may lie in the questionable practices they employ. Cargill's quest for profit has not been without its share of controversies. The company has been accused of numerous unethical practices, including exploiting child labor in the cocoa industry. In the late 1990, children were trafficked from Mali into the Ivory Coast, where they were subjected to grueling conditions, including pesticide exposure, physical abuse, and more. These children were forced to work in inhumane conditions to produce cheap cocoa for companies like Nestle, Hershey, Mars, and Cargill. Cargill's hunger for cheap land led them to engage in land-grabbing practices, seizing indigenous territories and natural rainforests. In Indonesia, they deployed security forces to open fire on a village, forcibly evicting its inhabitants to clear the land for palm oil plantations. Similarly, in Brazil, they were accused of sending private security forces to assault indigenous communities, leading to violence, injuries, and even deaths. All these practices were carried out to expand Cargill's agricultural operations. Cargill's practices have also raised environmental concerns. While they publicly agreed to no longer purchase soy from deforested Amazon lands after Greenpeace's campaign, they simply shifted their focus to the Cerrado rainforest, which was equally vital for its biodiversity. This led to further deforestation and ecological degradation. Throughout their history, Cargill has been embroiled in various controversies, but they often employ public relations strategies to save face. They have pledged to address these issues with initiatives and action plans. However, the results of these commitments often remain vague and underwhelming. Cargill's response to Greenpeace's demands, in the case of Cerrado, exemplifies their tendency to offer promises without genuine change. Cargill's dominance in the food industry affects consumers on a daily basis. They supply essential ingredients to some of the world's most recognizable brands, including McDonald's, Burger King, Kellogg's, Mars, Dunkin' Donuts, Unilever, Safeway, Kroger, Albertsons, Audi, Tesco, and many others. Their hidden influence over these brands allows them to operate under the radar, free from public scrutiny, and continue their questionable practices. The story of Cargill is one of hidden power, corporate secrecy, and questionable practices. This clandestine conglomerate remains largely unknown to the public, despite its colossal influence over the food we consume daily. Their history is marred by accusations of child labor exploitation, land grabbing, environmental degradation, and an unrelenting pursuit of profit. The impact of Cargill's operations on public health and the environment is far-reaching. While their business practices have been the subject of numerous controversies, they continue to thrive, maintaining their position as an influential player in the global food industry. As consumers, we must be vigilant, holding companies like Cargill accountable for their actions and advocating for a more transparent and ethical food supply chain. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more content. Don't forget to hit the notification bell